Hi, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Today, I wanted to talk to you about a psychic story. Through the years, I've had so many psychic stories, and they're all beautiful. And it's interesting because I always say, Spirit teaches me so many times. So I'm so grateful for all of your loved ones coming through and teaching me because I still learn each and every day. But I had this wonderful gentleman, and he was wanting to make contact with his father who had passed. And I did. And as I'm talking to his father, who came through beautifully, he kept telling me to tell him about the phone. So I said, your father keeps talking to me about a phone. There's something about a phone switching out. I don't understand quite what this means. And he goes, oh my God. He says, I can't believe you're saying that. And I said, well, he's making reference to your phone. I'm guessing it's a cell phone, but something about being switched out. So what does that mean? He says to me, well, he says, I got to tell you, I wasn't sure that he was going to talk to you about this. And he goes, now that you're telling me this, I got to tell you the story. He says, about a week after my father passed, he said, I had to go meet somebody and I couldn't find parking. So he says, I had to park probably about a couple blocks down. So as I was walking, I'm crossing the street. It was a really busy intersection. So as I'm running across, he said, my phone that I had in my back pocket fell out. I says, oh no. When I proceeded to turn around, he said there was a big semi that ran right over my phone. I says, oh my gosh, you're kidding. He goes, no, Susan, it was horrible. I went back after he had gone over it. He says, my phone was in bits. I took everything in my hand. He says, went to the nearest phone set, like an AT&T or a Verizon. And he said, sir, he says, we can't fix this. He goes, the SIM card is completely demolished. And he goes, I thought so by the pieces. He goes, but I thought I'd try. So he goes, I had to get a new phone. And of course, a new SIM card. And I said, okay. He said, week later, my phone's ringing. And it says, Dad's calling. I says, wow, really? He goes, yeah. He goes, my dad's number's not programmed in. He goes, I had a new SIM card, so I had to reprogram all the numbers. Of course, he says, I'm not programming my father's number. My father is passed. He goes, but yet his phone's saying Dad's calling. I said, are you kidding? He goes, no. And I go, did you answer it? I would have answered it. He goes, I actually did. I go, what happened? He goes, I hear all this muffling. He goes, so my question is, what was that about? I go, well, how your father came in today's reading about the phone. That's why I said, was something swapped out in a phone? He goes, absolutely correct. He said, Susan, it was. Was that my dad? I said, yes, it was. Yes, it was. And it's quite beautiful. It really does happen. So can we get calls from loved ones on our phones? Anything with electronics? The answer is yes. Because here's why I tell people, when our loved one passes, they no longer have a physical body. They are energy to energy. So when they can make a TV go on, lights go on, lights flicker, cell phones, computers, it's all there. It's all there. And it's quite beautiful. So was this a true story? Absolutely. I'll give you another one. I had counseled this wonderful couple that lost their son. I believe he was 26 years old. It was such a tragedy because there was nothing wrong with him. They came home and they found him on the floor. And his dog was sitting next to him, literally in tears. Make a long story short, 6 months had gone by. They had come over to my home. I did them a favor by having them come to my home. They were in desperate need to get in contact with their son. So I saw them. And they were going to grief counseling and nothing was helping. So the husband said to the wife, would you be opposed to see a psychic medium? And she says, well, at this point, I don't think anything could hurt right now. I'm just so broken. They both were such lovely people. So he says, so I guess the wife says, well, I wouldn't even know how to go about it. And the husband says, don't worry about it. I'm going to do the research. And he goes, I'm going to start tomorrow and I'm going to start looking for a good one. So she says, okay. She says, I'll leave it up to you. The next day, the wife gets up and she's making coffee. And she looks, and there is my picture with my website on their screen. So she's like, wow, he's really looking as soon as he got up. So she sees her husband, and he comes out of the bathroom, and she says, you're really looking for a psychic medium. You weren't kidding. He goes, what are you talking about? She goes, you found one. I see it on your screen. He goes, what are you talking about? He goes, I haven't looked for anything. She goes, come over here. She takes him in the office, and there is the computer with my face, my website, my everything on their server. He goes, where did this come from? He thought she was looking. She thought, wow, he's really taking over and looking. The bottom line was neither one found me. Their son did. So when I had a reading with them, the son came through beautifully. And after the reading was over, the husband said, I must tell you how we found you. And I said, no, your son found you. He goes, yes, he did. And he says, and we are not disappointed. We had a beautiful reading. We can't thank you enough. You did bring us peace. That touched me beyond words when I tell you, because I felt their pain losing their child. I really did. And it was a very tearful moment for me. But the fact that a spirit has that much pull, you betcha. So for all of you that have loved ones that have shown you signs in so many different ways, pay attention, because they are communicating the best that they can, energy to energy. You're not crazy. I hope this psychic 2 stories actually enlightened you, because it's important, because I guess what I wanted to say is the power of electronics are huge. So keep in mind and know you're not crazy. I say this time and time again because so many people go, Susan, is this real? Am I making this up? No, you're not. And I want to reassure each and every one of you, keep the faith. Our loved ones will show us different things in any way that they can show us. Don't micromanage how you think that they should be showing you. They come through the way that they can. And just take it as such a beautiful, enlightening gift. Okay? So I hope this has enlightened you and gave you food for thought. And there will be more psychic stories in the future. Until then, please subscribe to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Many more stories will be coming on YouTube. Please have a very blessed rest of the week, and we will be in touch soon. Take care. Bye-bye.